expiration of the Memorandum of Understanding, are you any closer today to reaching a final deal to end Iran's nuclear program?
Well, they want to make a deal, but they're not going to make the kind of a deal that I feel is necessary. Look, we're in there for one reason. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. You understand that? Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon, and they won't have a nuclear weapon. And right now, them building one after what we did previously with the B-2 bombers, going to be a long time behalf. But Iran cannot have. It's very simple. They can't have a nuclear weapon.
Last week, you said that you would soon declare the Strait of Hormuz to be a territory of the United States. Could you elaborate?
Well, I just think it's a great idea. Yeah, I mean, we control it. We control it with the blockade. We have a blockade. We control it with the blockade. And I like the idea of declaring it a territory.
Why can't you do that?
We have total control over the strait. Now, they can be a nuisance. They can put a mine in the water, and people don't like having mines hit their billion-dollar ships, et cetera. But the blockade has been very effective. And, we're taking out, now maybe that will stop, or maybe it'll open up even further, but we're taking out millions of barrels of oil a week. If you look at the kind of numbers that we're doing, the strait is open. And the oil prices are coming down, and they will continue to come down unless we decide to do something far more drastic than we're doing. Iran is in big trouble. They have 300% inflation. The country is a mess, and the military is totally defeated.
After Iran and Oman moved toward a Hormuz shipping deal, is Trump now threatening military action against Washington's own Gulf ally? "We'll bomb the out of them," Trump said in a Fox News interview, warning Oman against obstructing a broader U.S. deal with Iran. Trump issued the threat against Oman while claiming to keep an indirect communication channel open with Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Trump mocks the IRGC's battlefield losses by saying its forces were dying, escalating his rhetoric as diplomacy over the Strait of Hormuz entered a new crisis. "I'm not in a hurry," Trump said of the Iran process, signaling he is prepared to wait even as the fragile ceasefire framework faces mounting pressure. Has Tehran unveiled a new route for ships through Hormuz, just as the ceasefire clock hits zero, reshaping control over a vital global waterway?
Talks between Iran and Oman are continuing seriously. Regarding the text of the joint statement, views are being exchanged, and both sides have so far shown that they are determined to formulate a mechanism that ensures the interests and concerns of both sides, while at the same time ensuring the relevant considerations concerning international shipping. The insecurity of the Strait of Hormuz was imposed on us, on the region, and on the whole world. Its reason was the illegal military action by America and the Zionist regime. The issue is very complicated. For the first time, you are trying to devise a mechanism and arrangement that would both ensure the sovereignty and sovereign rights of the two coastal states and provide for the safe passage of commercial vessels through these waters. Another point is the number of actors seeking to exert influence in this process, and, perhaps more importantly, the efforts by certain ill-intentioned parties to undermine it, who have shown that they never allow peace and security to prevail in the region and essentially prefer our region to remain in a constant state of conflict and turmoil. It is an effort by some malicious parties who have shown that they never let peace and security prevail in the region and, essentially, prefer our region to always be in a state of conflict and turmoil. These three factors have caused this process to take some time, but if you take all of this into consideration, given that the root of this situation goes back to February 28th, we went through 40 very eventful days. The comprehensive defense by Iranians of their national sovereignty and territorial integrity, and then the process that led to June 18th, when the June Understanding was supposed to serve as a starting point for reducing tensions. Unfortunately, America broke its commitments there as well, with the process of implementing the Memorandum of Understanding beginning only 20 days after the process had started. Our embassy's follow-ups in Doha and our follow-ups in Tehran through the Qatari embassy began from those very days, and this issue was emphasized at every meeting. As long as their situation has not become clear, it is assumed that they have been taken into custody. Therefore, we will use all our bilateral, multilateral, and legal capacities to clarify the situation of our three pilots.
What is stated in the Islamabad Memorandum of Understanding is the end of the war, meaning in the Islamabad Memorandum, the end of the war was declared. Yes, the United States violated the Memorandum of Understanding and clashes have resumed, but we did not have a ceasefire that would now need to be extended. We had the end of the war, but now we have found ourselves in a new situation. Both Qatar and Pakistan are exchanging messages and are in contact with us, but this does not mean negotiations. No decision has been made yet to resume negotiations with the United States. For now, we are designing a temporary route that will later be converted into a final route in subsequent stages. This is a technical task being carried out between specialists from the two countries, Iran and Oman. The armed forces are involved in it. In any case, they are the primary experts in this regard. It is possible that we will reach a result soon, but I want to emphasize that this negotiation and the opening of the Strait of Hormuz are two separate issues. One is a technical negotiation regarding the determination of the maritime route. Once this route is determined, whether the strait be reopened or not depends on the fulfillment of other conditions that the United States must adhere to.
Upgrade your news experience with the all-new HT app. Download now.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you'll have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Have you ever wondered what happens when a banking dynasty meets tides of world history, intrigue, and a dash of myth?
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.